It's me, your girl Ariana Marche, and I am back with another video. And this one is just gonna be a little bit about me, but we're gonna start it with a Q&A. So let's get into that. And the first question is, what started your love for hair? Girl. To be honest, if we're just gonna be really honest, like I was always interested in it and wanted to learn it, but if we just keeping it all the way a buck, honey, I was getting older. It's like, okay, bro, you need to learn how to fix your own head. And then I ended up just falling in love with it, to be honest. Right after I graduated high school, I went straight to her school like a month later. Didn't waste no time. And the next question is favorite hairstyles. I'm a bob type of girl. I love bobs, but I love middle parts too. So between the bob and the middle part, the side part is cute. It's just giving. If I do the side part, it's really just something just to switch it up because I'm always either in a bob or a middle part or a middle part bob. So yeah, but I'm feeling a little switch up, y'all. That's it. The next question is, what's my hobbies? I love to read books. Y'all should know this by now. I like reading and writing. Like, those are my favorite things to do. But I mean, really, besides that, the obvious, I like to do hair. I like to do makeup. Honestly, I like to learn. So anything that involved really learning, like when I was younger and we actually used to do it like within like school field trips. I haven't been as an adult, but like museums, stuff like that, I do plan on going to some because it's actually one in Louisiana that I wanted to go to. And when I do, but if we can, I am gonna vlog it for y'all. But like anything that really involve learning, I like to learn. So I go to museums, all of this stuff. So if that's a hobby, I like to learn as a hobby. What is my daily motivation to keep going? Girl, God. Like I said, we all got a purpose to fulfill. I'm trying to get the job done, honey. I'm trying to get the job done. Like, ever since I was a little girl, I know, like, I want to be able to help people. That's just something that I'm naturally good at. Like, I didn't have to go to school to be able to do what I'm doing now, getting in front of this camera, helping people out the best way that I can. My biggest inspirations are both of my grandmothers. They were just two go hard people. Like, I just never saw them give up at nothing. So trying to find that energy within me, my nana used to tell me all the time, like, you give up too easy. You're not gonna never make it at what you're trying to do. And every time it don't go your way, it look like it's failing or not going through, you just give up. And that was the honest to God truth, y'all, because honey, why is this not working? Why is it not working? Yes, so they like my motivation, just get up, keep pushing, keep going. It may not work the first time. You may have to give it a few tries, start it over. Okay, whatever. But get up, keep going, keep pushing. So if I'm talking to you, get up, keep going, keep pushing, especially if you like me. Keep pushing. It may take you some time. It may be something that you have to get up and come back to. Get up, keep going, keep pushing. Next question is, do I believe in zodiac signs being important in a relationship? No. I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't believe in zodiac signs. And if a dude come to me talking about his zodiac sign, that's a sign for me to leave. Now we're gonna get started on the video. As I've stated earlier, my name is Ariana Marche. I'm 23 years old. Glowing and growing, baby. Um, some of my favorite YouTubers are Aaliyah J, Love Your Natural, Vicky Logan, and of course, De'Ara, baby. Of course. What made me want to start a YouTube? I was introduced to YouTube through a friend my sophomore year of high school. So shout out to Yaz. She was also my inspiration for getting into makeup and hair. Like, I'll do a story time on our whole little friendship and how everything came to be, because that really do play a big part of all of this. So shout out to her. We would be in computer class and she would be showing me like different vlogs, and the one we used to watch the most was Jayla Corian. So shout out to her. I love her. Like I said, I was introduced to it through a friend, and she kind of also introduced me to like the makeup and hair, because she was also doing that, and now she actually is a hairstylist. So shout out to Yas. I'm so proud of you. I wanted to go ahead and hop into the video and just tell y'all a little bit about me, get a little personal. Some of my other videos are like topic videos and inspirational. I just want to tell y'all a little bit about me, because my mom and dad had me when they were teenagers. Real toxic situation. Like, obviously they was teens, y'all. Real toxic, real violent. And after they split up, you know, obviously my mom was a single mother. So just like throughout my life, it was kind of unstable. It's kind of bouncing around a lot. So I never really had a chance to find my crew, my people, my set group of friends or whatever. Like, I was always having to start over. So besides what I was going through at home, like at school, I never really had a chance to get close to anybody or really just develop any type of true friendship. So that kind of made me shy and socially awkward, if you must. It was me and my sister. So I kind of became a surrogate parent. And if you've been through that, your mom is a single mom and you have a sibling, like, y'all know exactly how the story go. I don't really gotta too much get into it. So I kind of spent time like looking after me and my sister, y'all. Like 8, 9 years old, cooking full meals, like everything. So stuff like that kind of took away from my childhood, because I was having to act as an adult so early on. Growing up, I kind of felt out of place because I never really had time to develop my character and truly learn who I was, because I wasn't able to really be a kid. However, since I wasn't really able to really find those connections at school either, I always kind of relied on my talent, like just pushed myself full forward within my talent. But I always kind of did it like privately, like within my room. Like, I used to want to rap and do all sorts of stuff, y'all. So I would just spend my time doing that by myself, just trying to learn myself, get close with myself in some type of way. I wasn't able to develop those relationships with people or my parents. So I spent a lot of that time just alone, developing all the gifts that I had. By the time I had hit middle school, I was already so shy and, like I said, socially awkward. I was trying to find ways to like let it out and show who I was, but like I just could never really do it. And by that time I was living with my grandparents, so I kind of gained some type of stability. But you know, the ways that you grow up after a certain amount of time, the things that you saw and was kind of forced into growing up, they kind of become who you are until you get old enough or smart enough to gain the knowledge, like, oh, okay, you know, this is not okay. I have to unlearn or relearn certain things. So at that time, I just didn't have it in me to do, because I knew that I was not like other kids, like just between the way that I dressed, acted, everything. And you could tell when other kids are exposed to different things at home, because like I was made fun of for the way that I dressed, how I acted. Like I said, I just knew I was not like the other kids. All the things that I like to do or was actually interested in, like I was always called lame for, or weird, or whatever the case may be. And I'm just here to tell you, being different is your gift. Being different is your gift. And I know a lot of the times it's not really easy to try to develop those things young, because you always, I don't know why, but when we young, we just worried a little too much about what people think. And I don't want to say is that I was just worried. I just knew people in school was so weird, and I didn't want to have to deal with nobody running their little mouth. So I was just like, you know what? I kind of just decided to just play the background, wait it out, let me just finish school, and I'll just develop sometime later in adulthood, not knowing that adulthood is totally different. And life was waiting for me at the door, like, what's up? I was not ready for it and was not expecting that. I graduated high school in 2017, and from there I went straight into hair school. Being in hair school was actually the first time I felt like I was somewhere where I actually belonged with people that liked the same things that I liked. And another thing about it was that everybody had their own like niche or talent. Like, yeah, we was all there because like we like to do hair, but it was like, okay, you know, I like to do hair, but you know, on the side I also do this. Like, it was just fun for me seeing different people and like the things that they like to do, different cultures and backgrounds, and a lot of that stuff. Like, that was just so interesting to me. Like, that was who I always was. Like, I just really like to learn. I like to be around different people that can show me different things. Like, I want to learn different things from people. Like, what I'm pretty sure they went to school experiencing the same thing, being called different or weird or whatever for the things that they like. It was like a whole community of us. Like, I was just happy to be there, y'all. Like, I could get around other girls that like YouTube and all this other stuff. Like, yes, like it was just a big, 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 big ball of fresh air for me. So I didn't really get to finish that for XYZ reasons that kind of at the time that was out of my control. And so once I stopped going, I feel like my life was just like a spiral down from there. Like, literally a spiral down from there, because like at that point I didn't really just have nothing to focus on, and all the other things that I did want to do was tied into that. So it kind of got like I was a little disencouraged a little bit, and I really wasn't putting my best foot forward, because I was just like, you know, there was the time and a place for me to be able to learn about that stuff. And I could have still did it. Looking back, I was really just kind of making excuses, but I also didn't believe in myself enough to just get up and go do those things. So it wasn't working out for you, girl. I just feel like there was a whole period for learning to be like, for real, really like having to find myself, find my place. I just felt so out of place for so long. And I was also making decisions that was pushing me further and further and further away from my destiny. So 2020 hit, and my god grandmother passed probably like 2.5 weeks after my birthday. So I'm kind of like, well, dang, I was almost in a place of getting it together at that point. And like, she had called me for my birthday, told me happy birthday, like every year. But I don't know, it kind of just made me sad. So kind of like around that time, I was drinking and doing a whole bunch of weird stuff. 2021 get here, my biological grandmother passed in February during that snowstorm that had actually hit Texas. So it was just a horrible time period to just begin with. Everything was just off. And so by that time, I think I had kind of took their deaths like a little serious, because I'm like, dang, whenever I do kind of get myself together, they're not even going to be here to see it. You know? So I was like, wow. So I kind of went into a little bit of a depression. Just, I ain't even going to say a little bit, because looking back, like, it really was horrible. Like, there was kind of like, I was drinking, going out, started smoking weed, doing like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, y'all. Like, for real. By that point, I was kind of just tired of the cycle that I was living in. Like, it had already been 5, almost 6 years since I graduated. My life wasn't really going nowhere. Had made progression, but hardly even made that. So I was just really thinking to myself, like, dude, what are you gonna do at this point? Like, you done played around, you done wasted enough time, you done bumped your head and learned way too many lessons that you actually wouldn't have even had to learn. But like I said, I kind of feel like once I stopped going to her school, I didn't really have a focus, because that was all that I wanted to do. I didn't want to do nothing else besides go to school and one day eventually start a YouTube and start a business. That was all I wanted to do. So I was just in a point where I just felt like nothing was going right. I was just disencouraged from each and every angle. Like, I was kind of just feeling defeated. Like, what is my purpose? I remember just crying when stuff would happen to me, or I would try to get back up and then it wouldn't work out. Like, just crying and crying and crying to myself, like, why me? Like, why is stuff not working out for me? And I done lost the two biggest inspirational people in my life. Like, them the people that's always gonna talk it back into me, like, okay, you just need to get up and keep pushing. Like, you don't just stop because stuff is happening. And they would always tell me, like, you know, at this point, you're just making excuses. Like, girl, get it together. I know better now, so I'm gonna do better. So once that happened, I want to say in 2021, like, I just was looking at myself like, what are you doing? Like, I just told myself, like, you need to come up with a plan. You need to do something. Find a way that you can execute even the smallest little thing. Like, you don't have to take this big gigantic step. And my thing was, I wanted to work on everything at once, because I wanted everything to fall together. So I got this project, this project, this project, and I'm trying to work. Like, stop. And this is why they say, when you have goals, break it down into smaller steps and work on one at a time. Like, please do not be like me, and you're gonna get yourself a burnout. Like, don't be trying to do too much at once. And another thing with doing stuff like that is you never end up completing any of the projects. You will never complete nothing. Start something, finish it. Get that out of the way. Because when you're trying to do too much, you're going to get yourself a burnout. You all over the place. The stuff never get finished. Unless you just have like help or things like that. You just start one thing and finish it, you guys. So after just having that long talk with myself and having to come up with a plan, like, it took time. It all took time and patience. But the overall message that I want to get through today is you where you need to be, no matter what. Even if at the moment it currently look like you don't know how this is going to work out, how it's all going to come together, how you going to get the money. Don't worry about that. We all got God-given missions. When he sees that you're faithful to him and you're trying to get up and do the things that he have you to do on this earth, because we all have gifts that he gave us, and we need to do something with them, and we need to return it to the world. Develop it, return it to the world. You're here to help somebody. You're here to do something. You was placed here for a reason. I know sometimes we have to go through things that we don't like, some unpainful situations that shape us, should I say. But all of that is giving us the tools to be able to show up at whatever time it is when we actually have these gifts developed. All that we're going through now is going to prepare us for what's to come later. The Bible said, for it is good that I've been afflicted. Don't never look at your pain like, oh my gosh, and I wish this never happened to me. I know some things are just horrific. I know we go through a lot of stuff. I understand, but at the end of the day, it's all for a greater purpose. It's all for the greater good. I don't care what nobody say. It's all for the greater good eventually. So I just want to say, don't despise where you are now. Don't despise your humble beginnings. Start from where you are. Come up with a plan. Push yourself. Keep going. No matter what. Like, all the times that I look back when I was in school and always feeling out of place and like I did not belong, and just trying to develop my gift, trying to develop who I was supposed to be, and, you know, trying to find ways and means to get there. I look back on all of that now, and it was so necessary, because then I didn't have the confidence to do it. And had I not went through none of that stuff, I probably still would have never had the confidence to get in front of this camera or any of the other things that I'm working on. I probably would have never had the confidence to do it. And now I do. So I just want to tell whoever it is that need this, keep going. Keep pushing yourself. I don't care where you at. Come up with a plan and stick to it. And as a matter of fact, find the original plan. Find the original plan and stick to it. I had so many people that would tell me, oh, hairstyling, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. People just be fronting. And I got a friend that do her, she still gotta work a job. Or I had an ex that told me, oh, you ain't gonna be nothing being a hairstylist. You know, hairstylists only make X amount of money a year. That ain't enough to live off of. But do you? I had so much down talking and people telling me that, oh, I was too invested in looks, or that my looks ain't gonna take me nowhere, or this type of talent ain't gonna take. Look, that's fine. All of it is completely fine. And I got to a point, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I got to a point where I almost started to listen to those folks. And I think that was what played a part in my downfall. And I started trying to look for other things and other outlets and things to do that I know that my heart was not truly in it. So this whole last 5 years since I graduated, it was just me going in a circle trying to find my place. Dig up that original plan and stick to it. Wherever your heart was truly in, dig that up and stick to it. I don't care what nobody say. This is your vision. God gave this vision to you. This is what was inside of you, not them. It don't matter what it looked like to them. It don't matter what it looked like to them, because at the end of the day, I know my heart when it comes to this stuff. You know your heart when it comes to this stuff. Everything that I wanted to do ultimately just leads up to me helping people. I want to help girls feel good about themselves. I want to help them develop their gifts, develop their self-esteem. I don't care what it looked like to nobody on the outside. Because at the end of the day, all I really wanted to do was just get up and help people that was going through the same thing that I was going through. They got the same stories that I have. I didn't have nobody to talk to growing up. They probably didn't have nobody to talk to growing up. And if you're watching this, this is for you. Dig up that original plan. Dig up where your heart was last at. Whatever had your heart when you was a kid. 9 times out of 10, this was stuff that we like to do as kids. Our gifts, we became aware of our own gifts as kids. We knew what we liked to do. We knew what we wanted to do. And that's what we held on to. And we probably had some type of friends, family members, boyfriend, girlfriends, whoever that tried to down talk us or make us feel like that wasn't enough or we wasn't worthy, or tried to make us just feel like we could not do it or it was not good enough. But that was to them. So I just want to encourage y'all, please get up, find your old gift, develop it, work on it, and you know that it's real when you have to struggle just a little bit to come back to it. Even if you fall in and out of love with it sometime, that's okay. Sometimes you're gonna have to endure to get to the other side. A lot of people that got up and made their dreams happen, they'll tell you it wasn't an easy road. They failed a few times before they got there. They weren't perfect at it, but they got up and kept trying. They got up and kept pushing themselves. And even when it looked like it wasn't no other way, because we get this encouragement. We think, well, nah, maybe this ain't it. Maybe just this. It got to be something else because this ain't working. I'm here to tell you, keep going. That's it. Keep going. That is it. Don't stop. No matter what. Each one of us got a talent. Each one of us got a gift that we got to get out to the world. The world have to be able to see this. You are going to inspire somebody one day. Somebody needs your story one day. Somebody needs your story one day. Your story may not be like mine. It may be way different. But somebody is going to need it. Like, who you think you is to not give that back to the world? So that means get up. Go dig up that original plan. You know, that original plan of you, starting your makeup line or cosmetics, or you going back to school, or you finally picking up doing this YouTube channel, you picking up starting that boutique, or whatever it is. You need to go find that and stick to it. Even when it get hard, don't give up. Just keep pushing. You're going to have to endure until you get there. And don't focus on the destination. Focus on the journey. Just focus step by step where you are. Focus on the moment. If you're trying to go back to school, you may not have the finances and everything to go back, and you may have to fill out FAFSA or apply for scholarships. Just focus on that now. There's multiple ways that you can make stuff happen. It's always a way around something. Get to it. Even if it's going to take you some time down the line, just get to it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Pick up. You got this. And I just want to get on here and say one last thing before the video ends. I know sometimes you may feel like, what's spectacular about me? Why do I deserve to pursue this dream? Or who would even pay attention to me? I know a lot of us feel unworthy. And I'm here to tell you that no matter what, you are worthy of everything you desire and then some. Don't let people or the world make you sleep on yourself. Don't let people or the world make you sleep on yourself. You are somebody. There's something that's within you that deserves to be seen, that deserves to be heard, that deserves all of it. You're worthy. Don't let people let you sleep on yourself.